Hello, this is George Dorsey of Gen X Muscle. We're going to take a moment to talk about occlusion training. And occlusion training is basically blood flow restriction training, or BFR. And the great thing about it is you can mimic the results of lifting heavy weights when you only have to lift maybe a quarter or less of the weight that you normally lift to get the same effect. What happens in BFR or occlusion training is that blood flow is restricted. So if you're doing an appendage like a leg, you would actually, and what I normally do is, let me put my phone down here. What I normally do is I'll use a wrap, and I will actually tie the wrap off on my leg at the upper part to actually restrict blood flow. So what normally happens is when you're actually working out and you get that pump, right? The blood flow actually comes here and then comes back up, right? What you do with BFR or occlusion training is you actually restrict that blood flow. So what happens is it tricks your brain into thinking that you're lifting heavy weight, the blood flow increases, it's restricted here, and it tricks your brain to actually release more growth hormone. But you're only lifting a fraction or a percentage of the actual weight that you would normally lift, and you get the same or similar effect. And research is pretty clear on this particular training in the fact that you will gain size and you will gain strength by using BFR or occlusion training. Sorry about that. So I just got to finish my workout, so I'm on my pre-workout. But anyway, I'm going to show you how that works right now. Normally, when I'm working out and I'm doing this particular leg press, and I love this leg press because I can actually lay horizontal or flat, or I can actually sit upright by using my board here and my pad on my back. So I kind of alternate. And, it's a very effective leg press. I love this better than the other leg presses. Just because of the angle and the variations that I could do. But normally when I'm doing this leg press, it's a beast. And normally I have it on, I go up to maybe 335, plus the sled and everything else. So it's a fairly heavy weight. But again, when you're doing that, you're putting a lot of stress on your joints and you're putting a lot of stress on your lower back and things of that nature. So I can, again, mimic the effects of lifting heavy by using BFR or occlusion training. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to lower or limit the weight that I normally do. And I'm going to put it on 115. I'm just going to do it on 115. And what I did was I actually wrapped off one leg. I actually alternate when I do occlusion training. I don't tie off both legs when I do BFR, but I just like to concentrate on one leg at a time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do just a few reps on this, and we'll see how it works and see how it feels. I already know. I can already feel that now. So right now I can feel the blood flow trying to go back up into my upper body, but it's being restricted. And again, I'm not beating myself up because I'm actually using a lighter weight. And I just let it rest. And I can feel the pump, right? And I did 1/3 of the weight that I normally do. And actually, sometimes when I go heavy, I don't even really get a pump. But using this BFR or occlusion training and actually tying off my leg, I can feel it right now. And I'm just going to let it sit for a minute. And then what I do is I release this, and I can still feel the effects of the BFR or when I tie it off in the occlusion training. And I'm telling you, it works. And you can use it on your arms. I've never used it on my arms. I always like to use it on my legs because being 6'5", it's always tough to keep size and strength on my legs, especially if I do a lot of cardio. So I try to limit my cardio to maybe some sprints and some sled work and some jump rope. But I used to do, several miles. And for me, it just really thins me out too fast. And I lose a lot of muscle when I run for distance. So anyway, this is a helpful tip from Gen X Muscle and George Dorsey. See you training next time.